There we go. I fixed the audio. There was a mute button that was pressed. Hello, hello. What's up, Will? I knew it would be you. I saw you in the Unreal stream yesterday. And I'm like, Wild Relic Productions. Yeah. Thanks for the update. Now I know that I'm coming through to you as well. I've muted myself so I can now proceed to the stream. It's been so long since I've done this. Ta-da! Look at this. I should probably like load the map. That would have been more impressive to jump straight into. That would be cool. So yeah, after many long years. Yeah, I saw you said something at the very end of the stream. Um, Probably something critical. No, I'm just kidding. I'm like, yeah, that's my man. Um, so after many long years, here we are. Probably since the last time I actually did a video, other than the beta test slash alpha test I did with Temix and yourself. Last we spoke. That was good. And I've made that video private because it did not look that good. There were a lot of bugs that we saw. But I did fix pretty much all of those bugs since then. And I did another test with Temix that was really smooth. You may have been there. Maybe it was just with you and not Temix. But one of us confirmed that it was performing very well in Unreal Engine 4 years ago. And since then, I've been making so many attempts to try to convert to 5. I always fluctuate between continue working and cleaning up the project, which I have. If you check our Discord, my Discord, you'll see some of the updates over the years. I'm basically just mainly because of my experience, my professional experience that I've gained, particularly at Fifth Cell, where I really came to value the quality of clean blueprints. And I'm sure you're familiar with me, the spaghetti god, if you will. Right? Like I used to love just not caring about the order and organization of my blueprints, but now I really value because of like one simple like fact, which is when you do it right, a certain way that I've learned, a certain method, um, it makes it so easy to like just kind of surgically cut apart your blueprints and move them around. And I'll show you a bit of that trick while this updates here. Of course, that looks that looks funky. Here we go. So I've done a few changes so the mesh distance fields work, so we're not seeing any funky ocean stuff. The performance is slightly lower, to be honest, but I'm sure there's a lot of. I've only just started going through all of the engine settings and project settings to like make it match. The navigation essentially works. The start of the game works. I can log in through Steam. The Steam integration works. So yeah, it's really, really wonderful to have it updated and I can access all of the new stuff. I'm gonna like make it so I can see your chat more primarily. Let's see. There you go. Fab, yeah, mid-October. It's an ongoing process. It'll be months until it's fully. Unreal Engine 5 is still scuffed, you say? Man, I've been working with it professionally, and there have been many debates over what tech to use, what's ready to use, whether you can even use it because parts of it are deprecated or not. Um, it's really funky, but I decided that I want to keep using all the latest tech in one way or another, and this has always been a great place. Look, the octahedral imposters still work. I don't know if I can still render them like make new ones, but you can see here those are octahedral imposters like Fortnite used to do. I don't know if they still do. Fortnite's probably all nanite now, but as you can see, this is the real mesh now. When it pops in, maybe working on the pop-in is something that I can focus on. I have a long list of to-dos, but I thought I'd give a quick recap. Let's see if I have done any work. Probably I've cleaned up the game mode a bit. Some examples, maybe not here. So bad, so bad, so bad. A little better. A bit better. Here's some of it. The way, essentially, by keeping these wires in a neat, orderly fashion with the reroute, nodes. I guess it became like a new OCD of mine, and I love it. And by keeping all of the exec wires horizontal, not doing the loop-de-loop-de, back and forth and all over, just keeping it horizontal, what you get is these little chunks that you can label and cut apart really easily, right? Like, I mean, I'm just doing a stupid way of doing this here. You could control click the wires, you could do whatever you want. But right, you can snip, and you don't have to worry about what's connected to what else. And it blew my mind when I realized, like, oh my God, there's a reason to keep everything in a bucket, in a drawer, in a folder. I used to do that at a wood shop job that I had for New York City film production, TV production, and I had everything in a folder, and that was my undoing because I lost track of something that was buried deep in a folder instead of having it all out on my desk like I knew I should have. I'm sure I've told this story many times. But anyway, I've sort of relearned the value of the folderization of things because, like, yeah, it makes things so much easier. Like, look at some of this BS. So it's been my sort of mission to redo a lot of my blueprint graphs in my new way because let's be honest, most of my streaming here, I haven't been able to show what I work like now because it was all under NDA. I haven't really been able to show how I work, but how I work is so much different than everything on my YouTube channel. So I've been wanting to get back to streaming just to sort of like clear my name. Like be like, no, this is how it should be done. This is how I'm doing it. See what you said here. Nanite would help you a lot. It's only really beneficial to large worlds. I've definitely thought of using it as a toggle for people who do have the hardware, because they do have the nanite fallback mesh. So if I already have those set up, it's all good to go. It's just a switch. That's pretty easy. Notice that when you have Unreal on multiple screens for ease of use, the engine seems to completely lag in the viewport if you're not focused. Oh yeah, 100%. There's like a frame rate thing. If I am playing and I tab to another window, you'll notice the frame rate drop to like 5 frames a second. Always did that. I don't even use the multiple monitors for Unreal Engine. I remember watching a live stream once of somebody who was complaining about the fact that they had to limit themselves to one monitor all of a sudden. But no, I like being able to alt-tab between the two windows. And some people now, UE5 has this thing where I think it defaults to having the tabs open as new tabs of the main window. And like look at some of this badness. Bad, bad, bad. We don't want to look at this. Let's see. I want to show you some of the stuff I have cleaned up already. I'm sure it exists. Mainly on the login process. Look at all these open tabs. I'm checking. Here we go. So now, compare. Right. Uh, Begin play right at the beginning. The graph still does not function as ideally as it could. I'll go ahead and close other tabs to see if that helps a lot. Hey, random guy. You can change that in the editor preferences. Under performance, use less CPU when in background. With the huge pro tip from left field, this random guy. That is nice. That might be a good idea. Um, it never bothered me too much, other than like streaming presentation wise. I always have to be like, oh, sorry, it looks like choppy right now. But yeah, here. I have done some streams about like retaming the Kraken or whatever, but this is a good example of how it should be in general. Um, so you have each of these as its own chunk that can be separated easily. Ideally, you don't have a wire dragged all the way across. You make a reference and use it everywhere. Like even, let's see if I do that somewhere. Like the wire that I showed you is okay, but it's even better to use the get and set variables. I know this is like pedantic basic stuff, but I just wanted to focus on it for a minute here before I start showing all the bad stuff that's in this project. It's funny though because, um, so I mean, just working at big companies has been eye-opening, and like I don't want to just give up on all this stuff because it's like amateurish. There's a lot of stuff and a lot of work in here, and it works. It's like we've tested it out. It works. So, there's a half and half mission of finishing it up and cleaning up what can be. So I can show you something I did clean up. Um, So loading at characters, load NPCs. So I had to make this in order for it to work properly. I switched to a soft reference for the, like I had, maybe it's the new one. Race. Here we go. Actor soft class reference. So if you recall at all, this is one of the first things I was doing. So you can see it's one of the first variables in this absurdly large struct. And this struct was the reason why it was corrupt whenever I did get to Unreal Engine 5 with the project. The player info struct was essentially way too large. The tool that I use is the size map. Now, is it going to be in the same place here in Unreal Engine 5? Probably not. Can I just search for it? No. Open with size map, I think. So let's get the info file size map. So here, right clicked on the file, hit size map, and right now it's not bad. This is 136 kilobytes. Probably could be still a lot better. I'm not gonna say it's not bad. Who knows really? But it was in the 4 gigabyte territory, and our good friend Eric H, a very popular user in the community, it seems, by the way. It's very funny to see him out and about. He was helping me debug this and was like died inside when he saw it. And the reason was that class reference that I've been using, that I had been using. It was just a class reference, just a regular old class reference on struct, and I was using that to spawn actor, and it would be like, you know, whether you're the female minotaur or it was basically a race reference. And I already did have like a race enumerator here as well, because somewhere along the line I realized that that was better. But I still need to spawn the actor that you possess when you start the game or when the AI takes over your character. So I just did a little parse race by enum kind of function myself here to check, you know, whether the male dwarf or the female dwarf, and get that class here. So yeah, the game mode has this as a function, so it has its whatever gigabyte size reference on it, but structs are just not meant for that. So the structure now, it does have a soft class reference where, let's see, my keyboard is a POS. It's even worse than before. I got like this wireless thing, and it's been falling apart. Player state, sure. All right, let me catch up with you guys. It's like to code on a different screen rather than using all in one monitor. All right, it's my alt YouTube account, the one I use without caring for recommendations. It's Eric. It is you. Oh my God, that's funny. I always like to keep my variables in neat sections in its own sort of folders, kinda as well as enums and data tables. All the stuff needs to be in a folder or its own name scheme in the character BP. You guys, that's great. AI is very difficult to get looking natural, yet I've yet to see it in any game, an AI that looks natural. Like the behavior? Yeah, totally. So here's an example of using that soft class reference. Eric, you're here, so it's like preaching to the choir. You're here for that. And here's one way where first async loading it, and then when complete, resolving the reference, because as you notice it says, if the object isn't already loaded in memory, this will return none. And this is pure, so this is like instantaneous and calls it every time. So you want to have this to delay it, but because it delays it, it doesn't really work great for my load AI thing. So instead of trying to come up with some method of syncing all of that up to wait when I'm doing this for every character all at once in like a loop, I just decided parsing it out to the class would be the best solution here. Yeah. One major thing I had to remove was the IK, the Power IK plugin. Apparently there's some new solutions here in Unreal Engine 5. I was kind of trying to look at that, but I think I need to do a little bit more actual research for that. So another thing is I was kind of improving my UI a little bit in these silly named folders. Again, I didn't really know what the word HUD meant So I've got HUD main menu. That doesn't, that's not, it's not a HUD. But look, I made these cute little borders. I got some public domain frames. Like if you check this out. And by using, and I learned about the 9-slice. Will, you're here. We were talking about this 9-slice business. This is a worthy topic. I'm also doing this kind of work for clients, so it's nice to be able to just talk shop on this. When you have an image, particularly as a border, so if I go down to the image brush and you set the type, oh, it's draw as image right now. What the heck? Oh no, that's not the right image size. What am I missing here? Draw as image. Am I looking at the right one? Main border. Oh, it disappeared. Undo. Draw as. Let's do this one here. Disregard the inconsistency. For this one here in the middle, it's set as draw as box, a 3 by 3 box where the sides and middle stretch based on the margin. The margin is the percentage. And because this frame doesn't really have a preset margin given, I was just putting in random numbers-ish. But what's cool about that is it'll show you what it does. What percentage, I'm going to slowly increase it from 0.1. So you see it like gives more and more of the pattern to like loop in the corners until you get to the point where whatever it might have actually been intended. But there's a few like nice varieties I can get out of it this way, which is nice. It's like a multi-purpose little. But yeah, if I measured this out, the percentage, it's probably closer to like 30 or 40% of the. I believe it's the halfway point because when I do actual numbers, it's still a little bit new to me, but I did a lot of work with animating widgets and organizing widgets. So I'm excited. Also really excited about the material lab that I want to mess with. I'm kind of just doing a hype stream right now because I don't really think I'm going to dive into any of this stuff live. I just wanted to be able to show some stuff. We can go to the menu and launch the game though just to check it out. So these are cool. So basically like the corner of where your art is, right? This part theoretically. Now if what I wanted to show essentially is if you stretch it, that's not going to work. Let's change the size to content to demonstrate. Let's make it like 500 by 500. Okay, now do you see how it's not really. The idea is that the corners shouldn't stretch, only the middle will resize, and like you'd have this nice border. But I'm kind of hacking it anyway, so that's stupid to try to demonstrate something. But if we use the box and the margin, the idea is that whatever percentage of the border is the edge, this should stay the same whenever I resize it. How about if I do the vertical box? Some extra padding. Okay. It's because it's kind of hacked a bit with the 0.25. Let's change that to something. Let's try 0.1. Okay. Okay, 0.1. We're seeing something reasonable. Do you see that? You see how it's like scaling at the corners? The idea is that that border can remain the same thickness, and it's just not doing it right. But it's fun to play with. As you can see, there's a lot of styles that you can just get using that in the first place. So I was just kind of messing with that for some fun. It's really just hacky though. Yeah, so you do see kind of like there's a purpose to this. Oh, hey, look, this little extra guy just hanging out up here now. We don't want that. I must have left it over. Let's not quite save it. Nah, it looks good. I think we're fine here. I'm gonna open the other map and just log in to the game and show you how it's going in Unreal Engine 5. So actually I'll do standalone game for the performance. As the play-in editor does not seem as good as it used to be. It's more like hitting 60 at most, and I like better than that. It's loading in the other monitor. The map looks gorgeous, thanks. Yeah, like even in Unreal 4, it was feeling great and looking great whenever I loaded in. So I was like, I can't just give up on this. It's got so much little fine-tuning aesthetic tweaks that really make it worthwhile. And so now I have a window open. I'm going to drag it onto the right monitor in a sec once it's finished being more than just a window. Let's see. In the meantime, something that I'm looking at is IK alternatives. Although there's some that say, I did check this out as well, control rig samples pack. And I love the original control rig for making animations in Unreal. And I have a client who is basically using this to create some animations from scratch using the control rig. So I might get into that a bit. But right now I'm trying to replace the Power IK because it's only good to 426, and someone has made like a 5.2 version, but I don't really want to work with someone else's like modified. Here's the game. We got our music, lovely music. That still works? Yeah, that still works. No modification necessary. The volume changes. I don't know if I have the stream music coming through. But yeah. I haven't checked out settings or tutorial yet. That's a risky click. We'll just go with host game. Not the music. Alright, that's fine. I'm not trying to entertain with background sounds anyway. That was a bit too much trying to provide music background entertainment while I'm streaming, like even if it's my own stuff. But on the music front, it is worth mentioning that all that dirty Netflix money that I got basically all went towards new musical equipment to put into my own little music studio. And as the positive spirits flow, I'm gonna put them down into tracks. But obviously that's waiting for positive spirits. No, I'm just kidding. Job market's a mess, so I'd rather make some, you know, chill, like wake up on a Sunday morning, sipping coffee at the window, making uplifting beats kind of vibe. Uh, so I did get a really cool letter today, so looking forward to some possibilities. Keeping the fingers crossed. Uh, and what's nice about it's nice when an opportunity comes, possibly, and you feel good about it, like morally speaking. So this is interesting that it's giving me the little shader window right after we just had the map open. That's another difference that I noticed here already is that my little trick of right-clicking the map to pre-cache it doesn't work. It still takes, and that's why I've moved the whole thing over to my solid state drive, and yet still here you see it doing this kind of behavior. So Unreal Engine 5 is definitely different. There may be some optimizations to the loading process that I have to change, finagle some editor settings. But I have hit the host game button, so it is loading into the main map. And this is like that shaders compiling window. Not sure what's up with that. FX money go brr, go brah. Is that like a French horn sound? Hell yeah. Now, if I had kept making it, I would have ended up getting a cello and possibly a French horn. But I stopped at like 3 or 4 little small synths and one like semi-legit synth and new drum heads and 2 acoustic guitars and a mixer, a 32-track mixer, and a mini mixer for the mini synths and monitor speakers and new drumsticks. That's included in the drum equipment. Mate, this isn't loading very fast. I disapprove, Unreal. I wonder what's up with that. Because I've definitely playtested this before a few times now, and it was faster than this. What reckless change have I made? I might have to cancel it and because I have deleted the derived data cache, and it still thinks it's going. No, okay, it doesn't. Let's try a new editor window instead. Okay, see, like it loaded up right away because it didn't have to do the start in its own process. So obviously that's gonna be different. But the frame rate won't be as high once it does get in there. I guess I haven't really done its own process test too many times. I only did that like once to check the frame rate. But yeah, this is still like I think it takes longer than when I would pre-cache the map before because it's like I can't pre-cache it anymore. It's like doing it every time. And then you need another SSD or M2 drive, just too focused on playing Throne and Liberty. It's made in Unreal Engine 5. Oh my god, it's really optimized, like having 200 people in a city at the same time. You get at least 40 FPS. It's actually got a decent storyline for a Korean MMO. Well, that's cool. It's good to hear good things about that. It doesn't really intrigue me visually. Like, I like to be immersed in the game, obviously, and like really care about the characters that I want to make. So, like, uh, I'm just more into like the medieval rustic style and anything like shiny and fancy. High fantasy is alright, but yeah, it looks more like high fantasy. It's not even the Korean aesthetic thing. Like, I don't mind that for sure. Like, I thought Black Desert was pretty awesome in the rustic areas and all that. Like, really cool, really good art style. I don't even know if that's Korean. Sorry. Dark and Darker. Dark and Darker is Korean, right? And they have issues with. And it's not pay to win. Okay, well that's important. I think all my RAM is going towards streaming. Well, this is the main menu preview game. Stream. Trust me, just downloaded on PlayStation. I can tell you the opening scene is super immersing. This is free as well. It's like pay for cosmetics or something like that. Yeah, like the UI is clean? Thanks. Yeah. I mean, I wanted to doll it up a bit, if you will. Dress it up a bit. I don't know. But um, the new UI in Unreal Engine 5, these buttons all have like a slight gray or white border around them. It's just the standard setting, but hey, it's an upgrade. I don't know what's going on here. Did we crash out? No, here it is. Okay, we're good. It actually just took a little long time. Alright, so it's gonna look like weird at first because I'm overlapping with another character. There you go. There we go. You can see even the water footsteps because this is swampland. Oh, I know you can't hear anything. That's right. But yeah, it all works quite well. The UI is overlapping now. I gotta mess with that. I want to redo this UI with that material lab. I think that would be fun. Yeah, finally it's in game here. We can see. Yeah, it's, not great. It's not terrible performance-wise in the play in editor mode. The clouds and stuff really comes through even better, I think. The volumetric stuff, just the general quality of it. Like that light difference. And it's like hitting it three-dimensionally. Like that was cool as hell. I didn't program that. You got it blocking the stars. The stars, for whatever reason, look like way more intense, which is alright. I'm not complaining. The cloud covering the stars is cool, but I felt like I could see the moon. I could see the stars through the moon in some of my screenshots. I kind of want to check that out. Make sure it's not being weird. Seeing player torches this far away. Okay, and there's this warning about multiple directional lights. I only got a brief glimpse. It looked like it may have been blocking the stars. Maybe there's some other like particle effects or something. Yeah, man, the sky is still mind-blowing. And this is not using any of that ultra dynamic sky. I did mess with some integration with ultra dynamic sky on the Apeiron project, but mostly just working with it, setting its values, synchronizing with other gameplay events, setting up delegates and triggers for like finding out when it's daytime or nighttime. Just learning how to do all that was good, so I can utilize that kind of logic in my own system just by doing it once. Like, is day, is night. Not hard. Better than what I've done before, at least. Alright, let's check out. See, the buttons are different. Like, this is kind of annoying. I might have to go through everything. I mean, I should go through everything and make it look better anyway. Let's go check this out. You can't do that in Unreal Engine 4. Lol. This is the motion design text. Just for fun. I guess I want to show you like a flight path, because those are working quite well. Just go somewhere where I can see one nearby. I know there's one here. Yeah, this way. I should check if the combat works. I have not tested that yet. We got a flight path first. Alright, sorry. And like the particle effect here still works. That's good stuff. Before transferring to 5, I did update this. The Griffin. Yes, I really don't want to do an equipment system for each piece of armor, but it's necessary. Ammo for every RPG. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have all the different pieces of gear, man. That's the fluff. That's the good stuff. Oh yeah, all the hair is all messed up on my characters. The part that I work so hard on. I have to like mess with the transparency settings or something. Like look at that, it's all bonked. Like cool that you can kind of see through it. It's like half transparent, but it's wrong. Alright, let's travel to the Highland Crossings. Ooh, material. Wonderful. Yeah, it's always a cool way to be able to see the world, getting the two continents working. So yeah, none of this is new. This has been here for years. Just so some of the things besides that size map for the actor class reference, I also changed there's a control rig reference to like a humanoid skeleton that I had to clear. There was PhysX vehicles in the carriage asset, old references that I had to remove. Um, there's the Power IK plugin itself. There's the other plugins, but mainly it was just that size map. Oh, that wing looked kind of funky there. So yeah, we can see that that still works. I'm just bowing to the NPCs because I'm still used to hitting Control Q instead of Escape. You can hit Escape now. It's amazing. I'm in Unreal Engine 5. I can hit Escape. RTX on. The sun and the moon. So that's why it's giving me that multiple directional lights. It's because the sun and the moon. That's funny. Maybe the moonlight isn't working at all because of that. Anyway, let's go see if combat works. Back at Sky Elf spawn again. And I should go in with a weapon, though. I hopefully have a quartermaster. No? This old spawn spot. Oh, look, it's where the tavern used to be. One day we'll find this spot in-game, and I'll put something weird here. Be like, where the tavern used to be. It'll be something cool. Will, you gotta come up with something cool to put here, okay? I'm sure you recognize the landscape and everything, right? I've deleted all this because it was amateur hack. I can do better. Um, but I can go here. There we go. Let's get some gear real quick. Just get a sword. A one-handed axe. Royal axe. Alright. I'm not gonna hit escape for the life of me. Back to the Sky Elf area. Let's see if I can get some hack and slash in. You do got an idea? What should I put there, bro? Something that's truly like Easter egg style, but like in a real like lore friendly way. Let's see, will I get monsters to spawn? I saw a ray trace. A line trace there. I have a line trace up because I had to fix the diving. That's one of the first things, the collision channels. Let's see, I'm printing strings from there still. I need to clean that up. No, I feel like they're not spawning because of like navigation issues. Oh, nope, I think we got some. Oh, my computer. Oh, be still my. Okay, we got one of them. I got game thread. Oh, such a long game thread. Oh, okay, okay. We got combat. Tab targeting. Let's go. Bring it. Yes. Yes, I'm playing as an adventurer, so not the best starting skills. What am I rolling here? I'm getting like multiple prints here. 57 equals. I can hit. I can hit. Let's go. I need to roll good, but I can hit. 41 equals 59. I need a target. I lost my target somehow. Look at this dude over here. For some reason, like, only one of them is moving. I think there's an issue with they need navigable ground. Let me see. Hello, can you navigate now? Maybe they're like stuck in the ground. And my computer does not like the game thread right now. Probably like constant spawning of NPCs or failing to spawn. See if it's the combat or if it's just the spawning. Yeah, this is more reasonable game thread. Now I can hit them. Yes. Bring it. A shrine and altar to a dungeon or a secret cave that you have to find a key or something in order for the door, shrine, or altar to open. It has been decreed there shall be a secret dungeon. A shrine and altar to a dungeon. It has to have a shrine and an altar, so it's a religious location. It gives the player more reasons to adventure and explore, but also potentially a really cool secret place that you wouldn't have gone to otherwise to explore. Yeah, exactly. I figured I'd, I mean, I'm sure I can remember there's supposed to be an, a shrine and an altar here to go to a secret dungeon that needs a key. That's not hard to remember. I just wanted to be like, yeah, Will, you can have that one, that little piece of Easter egg. You've been here. You and Temix. Temix messaged me today too, oddly enough. Maybe he saw that I was streaming. But he was just like, bro, you'll never guess what job I got. So, yeah. So that's cool. I'll try and hit a little harder here. Higher numbers. Duel to the death. Yeah. Generally speaking, the game thread's not terrible. I think the spawning logic was breaking it. Probably looking for navigable ground. Yes! It ragdolled. It twitched. For some reason. That was weird. You saw that, right? It twitched. Uh oh. It taunt. I believe I leveled up. Let's see. What do I do for that? C? Level points to spend. Yes. Oh my god, I haven't done this in a while. I never tried doing this during combat. Strength. Yes. Accept. Cancel. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to reallocate. This one goes down. I remember this. I remember how to make my game. How to play my game. I remember how to make my game. That's gonna be hard too. 45 and 55. Alright. There we go. Close that window. Now I'm slightly better. Clicking all the buttons. I like to play by play. Did he just do a little giddy jump while having his stats updated? A little bit of a hop, a dodge. Maybe I'll add some more dodge animations other than just a little hop. It is kind of silly. It's a clear indicator. Maybe we should have like some juking animation, like a boxer. Maybe I can get like a boxer animation in there, like juke left, juke right. You know what I mean? I'm probably gonna redo the way. I really like. That's funny to me, man. I haven't really worked on this game since I started playing Rust, and I play so much Rust, and it's just so funny to me, like how much has changed since I last worked on this. It's like, so I really like the way Rust handles messages where it comes out in like a block, and the blocks stack. Um, it's very common, I'm sure, but it's one way to deal with like strings of information like this. And maybe I can like give each little piece that's in between the brackets make its own little. I want to maybe use Material Lab for stuff like that. That might be fun. So anyway, this is pretty cool, and everything is basically working. Obviously, this is just as the server, but no reason why the multiplayer code should have changed. Still can't hit for crap. Give me a lucky roll. Maybe I need to like get above him. Yeah. Okay, interesting. But yeah, not bad at all. I can't say that there are any direct improvements to switching to Unreal Engine 5 immediately. Not like anything that I notice. But for me, it was worth it so I can continue basically learning and using the latest of the engine in a place where I want to. And look at all of that spawn area failure. That's a lot of spawning work I need to do. And I really do enjoy the aesthetic of this and what I got here. Oh yeah, my first person, like, my fix for the first person camera. See, I got this idea from Rust. I may have shown this off in the stream. I know I showed you because you played it. Yeah, you can see it clips into the character, but with a fade instead of a hard edge. And like, I might want to make it closer. Whoa, did I just crash? Yeah, probably too much of the zombies failing to spawn. Oh, no, it's still here. We are alive and well. I might just want to, like, appreciate the sky. Oh, I'm low health. Can I sit to heal? Do I have to be in an area? I can spin while sitting. Can't switch cameras right now. But I did with the mouse. My attempts to prevent sit spinning is easily easily worked around. Like, what if you leveled up during exploring a random place and the NPC in the area just all started clapping for you? One of the best ideas I ever heard. Man, if I had, like, the money to pay designers and stuff, like you and, like, Temix and a few others from Fifth Cell would all be making content like that. I am tempted to, like, apply to mega grants. Again, I'm thinking with all of my newfound wisdom and knowledge and maybe like a proper business plan, maybe just to ask for money just to pay some of you guys to, like, just flesh it out with me, you know. Maybe I'll give you some, this is all fancy thinking here. But I think what seems to be from them is they don't really want a solo dev to be like, hey, can I just get some money to, like, pay for my groceries so I can live and work on my game? No, they want you to ask for money for something specific, and particularly, I think, hiring other people. Like, and I have no problem with that. Actually, I'm gonna drop that and keep some light. There we go. And stow that away. Here we go. Silly climbing animation still works. Sliding. But yeah, I think they would be more interested in hiring for that purpose of, like, paying other people to work on the game some, rather than just being like, yeah, we'll supplement your income. Alright. I couldn't quite pick that up. It's not detecting it when I hit G by itself. It does show up when I hit L. Oh, that worked. Alright. Interesting. Oh, I probably have to, like, walk over it. Yep. Okay. After years of bug fixing other people's projects, it's like second nature to be like, oh, I probably know what that is. My fire spells won't be as powerful during combat if it's raining out. Mate, have you heard of Raph Coster's new game, Stars Reach? Because that's exactly what they're doing. It's all, like, kind of like chemically based, like scientifically, like there's temperatures and materials that everything is made out of, and, like, you can melt and freeze stuff using your ray guns and stuff. It looks really good. Or it doesn't really look good, it looks very cartoonish, but it's Raph Koster, the game designer of Ultima Online. So check that out, Stars Reach. I've been following the updates, and I want to get in on. I think I could get in on the playtest, but they required a bit of um, effort, and I was like, no, thank you. I'm just kidding. But really, I think you can probably get in on the playtests right now. This is just so peaceful, walking around my game world. It doesn't work great. Yeah, there's something up with navigation too. Can I hit him with the lantern? No. The weapon's all dropped. I got that. Got that. It's copper. It's copper. Yeah, for whatever reason they're not invoking the nav. That's a pretty substantial issue to work out. Oops, let's get out of this mode. There we go. That was weird. I did not like that pop, whatever that was. What is going on there? That's interesting. That's really weird. You know, I'm gonna spend like hours trying to figure that out. Different angles. Are you seeing it too? Like popping, the fog is like popping in and out. Oof. Oh, that looked so good. The sun rising all over all that. I thought it was funny, the main dev for Throne of Liberty said in an interview he was asking why is there no revive spell for healers, and he straight up said because I think reviving is overrated. Yeah, that's some good dev speak there. Okay. Alright, I may have to check it out. I have been playing Dark and Darker. I stopped recently to do another round of Rust. Um, Playing World of Warcraft Classic with my girlfriend. She actually admits that it's awesome after years of trying to convince her that she should check this out because she likes Destiny. So there's that. That's that little bit of personal life I gotta share. Look at this guy. He can't walk. This poor crocodile is stuck. We have to help this crocodile get unstuck. But yeah, everything here is basically work. Or not like everything. Everything here is basically working. What the heck? Oh, did you see that? That's gonna piss me off so much. It was like it popped as I looked around. Oh, oh, look at that. Look at that. You see it popping from light to dark? It's like directional. Oh, I'm healing. Yeah, let's just heal up a bit. Why not? Here we go. Is it more if I sleep? I think it is. Do, do, do. 95. 97. The NPCs spawning, random NPCs. Look, it's just like Cyberpunk. I made this before Cyberpunk. It's been that long. And they basically did this. They're like, okay, we'll just make random NPCs. Their graphics look a bit better, I'll give them that. Just a little bit. That's basically the only difference. You can't tell me there's any other difference here. Obviously joking. Yeah, but this is pretty freaking awesome. I would love to like run around here and adventure, which we shall do inevitably. I think just running around on stream here, procrastinating work is the best way to get myself inspired to work on it, because I'm just like, yo, this is actually so awesome. I want to make this better. So I enjoy doing these little update streams. Oof. Oh, what was that? Weird lag. There's definitely there's more issues now than there were before the Unreal change. So it's like not as only is there more tech to involve to install, but the performance is worse. That's amazing though. There's definitely something better going on here. That looks so cool. Like the shadow through the leaves. Like, damn. I'm keeping whatever that is. Yeah, and like the sky looks so different. That looks so cool. Alright, I've gone on and on about this. I clearly am not going to actually do anything here or actually talk about any of my previous work experience, but I do advise that you check out my website for all the latest. I made a bunch of posts about all the work that I've been up to the past 3 years, and that would be isandisn't.com. So if you haven't checked it out yet already, I can show you a quick look at it. Let's just boom. Alright, so yada yada yada. Unreal Engine section. This is new. Let's run through some of my work. I'll talk about it real quick. I did work on optimizing and refactoring all of the systems in Apron, like world save, map loading. I did create a, is that a best resolution I could do here? A photo tool. So I was able to like freeze time and take nice pictures. And I made the physics-based horse-drawn carriage for them. So if you were at GDC 2024, they had like the biggest booth, and you could play this a bit. Did a lot of work on trying to give it the perfect feel for like the kind of bat out of hell style while still having full control. Like really just like get that like, yeah. We got Netflix. I can't really show anything about that because it's NDA. Same with Fifth Cell. But if you check my LinkedIn, there's a bunch of recommendations from the people I worked with there. Here's some of the UI stuff that I've done. So mostly like animations, gamepad, graphics options, which is important. I advise you to check out the YouTube videos on your own, because it's kind of hard to like restream them on here. But I do want to show one thing. If you are going to check this out, scroll down to the bottom here and look for this little gray arrow here. This is another page of older stuff. This one was really cool. I don't know if I showed this ever on here, but take a look here. I made a modded level for a VR level and actually released it on Steam and playtested it with people. And it has like, it's in 6 collections, 5 current favorites, 594 people downloaded it and played it. It's a Trouble in Terrorist Town map, so it's like Among Us, but for Pavlov VR. And there's like an interactive light. It's a TTT Sci-Fi 4.1. If you have Pavlov, I don't think it will still work with the latest version because you know how things are with updates. But this was a lot of fun. Basically converting an old Unreal Engine level, an epic level, and just converting it. I added this outdoor area for funsies, a little sniper tower. It was a lot of fun playing with people doing sniper battles like an old school Team Fortress or something like that. Like it really brought back old school memories of like authentic game deving and like getting to play test with people was the coolest thing. Like basically like finishing my work on this, saving it, updating it, and then literally going into Pavlov, launching a lobby, and people would just join. Like it was the coolest playtest experience ever. So I played with so many randos, like as you can see, 600 people, and they would only really play when I was hosting it, but 5 people faved it, and maybe like, you know, 6 collections, maybe it got play tested by other people too. It has some interactive elements. I messed with like lighting channels to like switch the lights in an otherwise static lighting environment. Please tell you're not working on the live action He-Man movie? No, sir. There will be none of that. No worries. So yeah, let's see, anything else cool to show you here? I mean, obviously my actual work, there's the VR prototype I worked on. You should check that out if you're into stuff. I did some music visualizers and quartz clock work that are pretty cool. Just doing some crazy bonkers visuals to go with music, like synchronized to the music. And just messing around with some synchronization ideas of like getting the level to react to the music and in time. Um, so there's some ideas that I'm bouncing around with some colleagues that we're going to make a game. This escape room video is really something you want to check out. A lot of complex blueprints here. I did this at the start of my freelance career, if you will. Um, like, look at this system I made for moving this chess piece around on the board, but only in the directions that you're allowed to move it. And then the other piece mirrors your movement. And when you work on it, it's like mirroring this ceiling pattern blocks are like doing the same movements as what you move on here, and they actually are like bouncing a fake light around. Like this was so cool to be able to bring someone's crazy imaginative idea to life. So it's like as you move the pieces, the ceiling changes, and as the ceiling changes, the quote-unquote light bouncing gets bounced by different pieces, and the swords represent. See, there you go, just boom, boom, boom. Now, each obviously that's not actually light bouncing. Those are each individual light actors shining some light through some volumetric fog. But the idea is to make it look like it's bouncing around the room. Now that was so cool to be able to bring someone's idea to life like that. And there's a lot of cool stuff in there. I worked on Escape the Backrooms. I did their procedural level generation tool for fancy games, basically to come up with, and I did a few other things for them. You can see some of my work in progress stuff. To basically create the maze element in a way that is guaranteed to be solvable. So you can be sure that there's a path through depending on certain rules and using line traces to check. You have been procrastinating to make an animation short in Unreal as animation is the time consumption. Time consuming part. Yeah, I hear you. I kind of put off the idea of making a movie in Unreal because, I never thought the tech was there for home studio productions, but maybe it's different now. I still just kind of like lost interest in it. There's a lot of people doing that, and I didn't feel like um, there's much unique value in it per se. I'd almost rather go back to making movies just with a regular old handheld camera and some people just running around the woods pretending to be zombies. It's been ruminating in my mind, it's just like go the opposite direction as the flow of everybody else. Everybody is rushing into a video game. Go back. But no, I got some stuff lined up and way to keep myself above the surface so I can actually work on my project here. So you'll be seeing me work on this a lot more. What I'm likely to do is do more videos and less live streams. And if I do a live stream, I might just be to hang out because it's fun to have a chat in a way that's like active. Maybe when there's more people, it's not just you two. Or how many are we at now? We got a few viewers. Do we have viewers? If I can find the tab. Yes, there's more than one. But you know what? I'm probably going to start a video series of actually doing my Armando's Ultimate Guide to Everything Unreal. I like the content examples project, and I think I'm going to like go through every single map in the content examples project and just do like some talking about it coverage, like kind of like what Matt Wadstein used to do, where he'd cover like every node in the editor. And I just want to like be able to learn about everything, prove that I know about everything, and help everybody else come to learn everything as well, and maybe like earn a living off YouTube by making these videos. So definitely keep an eye out for that, bro. I'll be expecting your like, subscribe, and follow. I don't think you can follow on YouTube, but you can try. And the shadows in the leaves look so cool. I bet that's where the performance is coming from, though. There's some new tree shading logic there at work that looks so cool, but it's probably so performance killing. I do not think it was like that before. That looks insane. I like the fact that the emissive on the eyeballs is still there. That still looks good. Alright, anyway. I've done about an hour here of just reminiscing. Uh, at some point, let me do a little bit more. I'll show you guys a couple of my projects here, a little bit. Show off the 2D, 3D game, and I might even hop into this other project I have, which is like a abstract music game, just to show one or two things, perhaps. So you can see what else I'm up to and what I'm trying to make happen. Nothing too major here otherwise. What do you think addict.pdf is? Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Initiative and Combat Table. Aw, yeah. I really wanted to start doing like AD&D first edition, like paid DMing, but nobody signed up, and I'm not gonna do it. I might like put it up for like $5 per person, just because I really want to do it for fun. Like it wouldn't be worth the time, but it's just like as a way of committing. People be like, okay, I paid $5 for this session, so I won't back out, and maybe prevent like the typical like power gamers and stuff, or whatever people who are just there to like dork out and mess around. People take it a little bit more seriously if they're gonna pay a little bit. Pretending to be a zombie. It's shadows for foliage. It can be crazy performance hitting. Yeah, it's gotta be. You gotta go in a few though, because you gotta work on an hour and a bit. But you'll definitely be keeping an eye on my YouTube and Discord. Definitely be cool to learn to play. Yeah, it's such a good game, honestly. And like, I mean, I know Gygax has a lot of issues. I'm the type of person who takes issues with those type of issues, racial issues. He's like, it seems like a bit of a racist if you look at some of the stuff. But then again, there's people defending him, and really what it comes down to is like, you can see a little bit of it in the gameplay there with the different like dwarves and stuff like that being like like the race level limit. It's kind of weird, but it's not. I don't know. I'm not gonna defend him, but it's like I'm aware of these things, and it's like it sucks that it makes all this other stuff that he obviously spent so much time thinking about seem so tarnished. So I like studying it in terms of trying to figure out what was he thinking in terms of balance. And I went really deep into it, and it seemed like it really was just there to incentivize people to play as humans. And if someone really wanted to be a dwarf, they could use their wish spells to allow themselves to level up higher as being a mage. So it was possible, but it's definitely like a weird kind of thing. Alright, so I'm loading up these two projects right now. They are loading in the background. I always got told it was an unethical story about my ways of getting around things in D&D. Well, that may be the most enjoyable kind of D&D to play. One of my favorite sessions was with a couple of old friends who like they were like, yeah, what if we just punch him and grab it and run out of the room? It's like, all right, you can try that, and you just go on this epic adventure, of like making stuff up. All right, let's see which project opened first. What do we have here? PCG. Okay, this looks like it's the weird one. Cool. I'll show you this. Some stuff in here. What do I got? I'm just going to tease this. I'm not going to tell you what any of it means, because it's the meaning that's really cool, but I don't want to leak any of that, because really that's what we're designing. We're working on, like, the theory, the story, the substance. And what I have here is a bit of a prototype of just playing with some technical ideas. As you can see, I follow the same convention, main map, menu map. That's very important. It's like sacrificing a teammate to get to the objective. My buddy was like, did you just use your teammate as a decoy? And I just smirked. Yeah, you would be a trouble at most tables. I can see that now. People care about their characters, buddy. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, no, that's right. I'm not broadcasting the sound. So we've got this crazy-ish, performance-wise, this is not very good, but check this out. I was messing with, what is it even? I don't know. World position offset. So this is I was just experimenting with some visual ideas here. This is a texture. You can look at this texture. This texture is original art by me and my team. I'll show you a little bit of gameplay here. It's sort of sound-based, but you can't hear the sound. So disregard the gameplay. Just be mysterioused. Mysteriousized? Like, what's going on? Ooh, it's so mysterious. That was so smooth and intuitive. What is he working on? Don't worry. It will all be clear eventually. This is a map. This is a mini map looking down at the world. It's like a... And you can see it from here. Okay, I've said too much already. Anyway, this is a really fun little idea. I hope to tell you guys more about this. It's called a well-tempered machine. Or at least that's the working title. Oh, this one is taking forever. Compiling shaders for real? But they're like not even... I wonder what's in there, what it's compiling. It's custom art that I made. So I might not be able to show you this one yet, but I kind of want to. So I'm working on this 2D game with my girlfriend, and just really loving the simplicity of it. It's like a point-and-click adventure from back in the day, like King's Quest or Dagger of Amon-Ra. So you right-click to change the type of interaction, and then you left-click to interact. And so you just can just use the mouse, and or like those games like Grim Fandango and the biker one, Full Throttle, I think. Like kind of like the 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 genre of item puzzle game, but obviously we're very anti um trying to force you to come up with absurd combinations to get through a gate or anything like that. This is more going to be about like just having a fun experience where everything you try to interact with. All right, there's only like 500 shaders left. This will pop up in a minute. Um, where everything you interact with is something fun to read about, you know. And the characters are really cute, and it's just gonna be very silly. It's still loading. Where are we at now? 500 something shaders still. I'm telling you though, it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there. It's gonna load up. I'm gonna show you. If you stick around to the end of the stream, you're gonna see something cool. Some custom original artwork. It's a little bit prototype, work in progress, placeholder style, but some of it is kind of final image quality, and why not? This is what I was talking about on the stream yesterday. Someone asked me, what's the name of your game? It doesn't have an official name yet. We got some character names. The name of the game will probably be one of the character names in the form of a sentence, but I didn't want to just say it in a chat on a stream and have that be the final say. Oh, look, the green bar is almost all the way full. It's loading up now. Here we go. And I spilled coffee on my desk. 1 second. Literally just a second, because I'm so good at this. I can simultaneously move this over here so you can get a peek at it. Alright. Are you ready to be amazed? Let's see. Doot, 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 doot. Depending on which way I look. Doot, 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 doot. How cute is this? Look, it's got collisions. We got lighting. Doot, 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 doot. How cute, how cute. Different things, different animations. Not many of them yet. Let me see. We got the hand. We got the grabby hand. And when you go over something that you can grab, it grabs faster. Goes grabby, grab, grab. Grab, 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 grab. Grab, 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 grab. Let's see. One of these. Taste. Use. Look. No matter how many times the quabs try to remove this obstacle, somehow it keeps growing back. You click and it disappears. And let's see. Look at this. Quab is the best. Quab is all. Be quab. So I looked at the poster. Right. Nothing to see here. Quab yawn. Nothing to see here. It looks like, I don't know. Quab yawn. So this is the game, and it's gonna be awesome, and this is just like some digital art made, ooh, oh no. Somehow I've gotten this layer on top of this layer. Oh, that's busted. Okay, I have to fix that. This layer is too low. As you can see, the wonder of, I should be able to fit down there too. That's interesting. Always finding bugs on live stream. It's the worst. But isn't this cute? Isn't this awesome? Isn't this awesome? I can jump through the wall. Oh, I put a background on so I don't fall off. No, I fell off. Okay. But yeah, 2D, 3D game is fun. Perspective is weird. Here we go. There it is. You like that? You like that? You like that? Let me show you how that works. You can go behind it. And it could go up it if it was a walkable slope. It can go up. But it's not. Go behind it. 2D, 3D, baby. 2D, 3D. And you can see like the shadow. Like South Park style. I kind of like the South Park aesthetic. I might keep it like this purposefully lo-fi. Looks like cardboard cutouts. And isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? Got a little haircut. Quab, 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 quab. Everybody loves quabs. Alright. This is the end of the stream for today. I have one more thing I can show you. I haven't touched this in a while though. Let me see. But it's kind of cool and it should load fast. I just recently cleared the derived data cache, which is why that took so long to load up. It might be the reason why the map took so long to load too. Maybe it was building shaders for the derived data cache. But for my main map in my main game, I mean, that would make sense. That would give me hope. If it doesn't take that long to load every time, it was just because I cleared the cache. You'd think the cache would have been loaded by having the map open in the editor though. Here we go. Alright. This is fun. This is messing with the new Unreal Engine tools, specifically motion design. An open archway beckons you to look closer. Jump. A rose, a rose, a rose. That's it for now. Isn't that cute though? It's gonna be like a murder mystery or something. Thinking about it. It's fun. I just need the time to spend on these things. And I'm working on that. Working on getting my time back. The past 3 to 4 years I've literally just been working and I gained a lot of experience. It's been awesome. I saved a little bit and I was able to spend it on music equipment. And I have a house to take care of, so that's cool. Not like I bought it or anything. But, income isn't mandatory. And so, that's why I've switched back to part-time, so I could work on all these projects again. The full-time stuff was just not working for me. I have some side gig, some side action that I can use to buffer my income. Airbnb, cough, cough. So, wish me luck. Hopefully I make ends meet, and I play with weird, silly ideas like this, and turn this into a full experience. Whoosh. I'll catch you later. Peace. Oh, that wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be, because when I alt-tabbed, the other window came up. Alright, whatever. Take care.